Hello everybody, and welcome to a quick look at Minecraft 14W03B and also 14W03A, because they are basically the same thing except for some bug fixes. To start things off, I'm going to mention a few things I missed last week. First off is villager roads now have cobblestone underneath the gravel, so that if there is a cave or water directly underneath, they won't fall down. So unless the roads are going off a cliff or something, they will generally be a lot more stable and easy to traverse. In addition to that, something that might not make people happy is villagers now require you to trade with them maybe up to a few times, I think, before they will actually breed. And after they breed, you will have to do it again. So growing your village is going to be a big effort nowadays. I don't know if that means they're getting rid of the door requirement or not. It seems kind of like that's what it should be, because having to do both is just But that's all I know about that. Also, baby animals, you can now feed them the food they like. So for example, you could give a pig a carrot and it would grow up slightly faster. And finally, lapis lazuli will now spawn in larger veins in caves and stuff underground. So that's good because you'll be needing it for enchantments. So newly generated chunks will have more lapis, basically. That's all I'm going to mention. I think there's still a few more little things I haven't mentioned from last week, but it has a whole lot of stuff. And I want to cover all the new stuff. So to start things off for new stuff, player heads now show your hat. So as you can see my fake golden helm. In previous versions, it would just show my hair, no helm. So that's nice. In addition, player skins, you can now have basically an extra layer like the hat on all of your body. So you could have fake armor or something. It's not the exact same looking as real armor though. It's a bit smaller and closer to your body. But that's one thing. And also you can have separate textures for your left and right limbs. So you could have your right arm different than your left arm, and your right leg different than your left leg. But also this is fully backwards compatible. It will just use one side of your body in older versions, and also it would just not show the extra stuff aside from your hat. So basically a stress-free update there. You can look up guides on how to update your textures to have the new things. I won't get into that. Now what is this? Clone command. The clone command is kind of like world edit. You basically define a box area and then you define a location to paste it to. And so I've defined this area and there it is. I put it up a bit too high, but whatever. So I just copied something like a 20 by 20 box, I don't know. And yeah, it's going to be very useful for map making. It's apparently a bit imperfect because we've got a torch that fell there, and I'll show you, but I had a painting here. You can't copy entities like paintings, which is imperfect. Because see in here, painting. That's the torch that fell. So yeah, it's not perfect, but it's still extremely useful. And in a similar vein, we have glass cube. Oh, whoops. Yeah, I'm stupid. But yes, as you can see in this command, makes a hollow cube of glass. And then to get rid of it, I can just switch it to air. And it will go away. Also, it of course has a version without hollowness. If you want maybe like a solid cube of dirt for some reason. So that's that. And it's a pretty simple command. It works similar to the clone. You just define the first corner and then you define the second one. And there is a limit on how many you can do. It's up to 4,096 blocks can be copied or filled at the same time. And there's other options too. You can do replacements and stuff. I'm not going to get into all of that. Other people are sure to show that off quite well. Next up, rotational commands. So looky here, I'm basically just teleporting myself in the exact same position, but rotating myself by 90 degrees. So there, now I'm facing east, south, west, north. And I'm not standing in the middle because I've posted a video of this, but yeah, there's a glitch if you're standing in the middle. Now, last but not least, as far as the command blocks go, I need a... well, let me just go in here. Let's try some pigs. Just put some pigs in here, and dead. But have a pig out there, and he's okay, but it did kill the items in there. So what this is a cubic selector. So basically, you set the start coordinates, and then you set the size from those coordinates. So I have it set to start there and go over there, and anything in this little area will die, including me actually. So that can be useful, but what is annoying is, from what I can tell, you can't use relative locations for these, because I was trying to make it do a box around the command block, and it just said invalid UUID. It wasn't fun. Yeah, let's try that just to see what happens. There. Relative to... yeah, entity UUID provided is in an invalid format, so you have to give specific locations right now. It kind of gets on my nerves. Let's clear out those items. Now, there is some other things you can do with these. I'm just going to mention it now. With clone, you can actually make self-replicating anything, basically. You could make it spam command blocks everywhere. And there's a lot of videos of that already out, so you can go look those up. I'm not going to do it because this is just about listing the basics. Now, other things, there is, let's see here. Oh, right. I can't show this one off without my cheese mod, but if lightning hits a villager, they will now turn into a witch. Not a huge fan of that, but it's going to be such a rare occurrence. Wait, what? What happened here? Huh. I didn't do that. This world is newly generated. I guess the lava burnt it down? Uh-oh. We might have just found a new glitch. Whoops. Yeah, I mean, I might have to report that. But other than that, it could be a chunk edge issue. One thing is, possibly if the chunk edge is, I don't know how that happened. Let's see what's in here. Ooh. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. Anything else? They fixed bugs, of course. But honestly, I think that's it for this update. I hope I haven't forgotten anything. There's some other small things. There's like a hidden feature, I don't know what it is yet. Nobody's really been specific about it. I don't think it's anything important, though. You can now use NBT data in commands in place for item names in place of numerical IDs. So I guess before you had to use the number in the NBT, but not anymore. And they made it so some things are based on the block center instead of the top corner of a block, which might be what causes this. So yeah. But anyway, that has been a quick look at Minecraft 14W03B. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to see more, like this video if you liked it, comment if you have anything to say, and I will see you next week.